Hello and welcome to today's tutorial, and it is rare that I am using my voice, people. Today, for the start, I'm going to be showing you how to replace sounds inside of Gary's mod, and then later I'm going to show you how to use vtfedit with Hammer. So one of the things you need to know with replacing sounds is Gary's mod, Half-Life 2, any Valve game, it happens to be very modifiable. It's very flexible with you doing stuff. And that means you can replace stuff by just renaming it. However, you're going to need to know how to rename, not how to rename. However, you're going to need to know what is the name of something you're going to be replacing. And to do that, there are a few ways. Now, I think the easiest way is to use GCF-scape, because this allows you to open files. Now, if you do have GCF, lucky you, because your life has been made 2 times easier. If you know how to work it, then you would go to your Half-Life 2 directory into HL2 and locate your HL2 sound music dir or directory. Now this is just simply, this is not what we're not going to be extracting or pulling anything from here. We are just simply looking for what we need to replace. If you open your sound folder, you see these are all paths and may have alternative paths within them, sort of. So what I'm going to be doing is replacing a sound of the sniper, the Combine Sniper. So we have our sound folder, and then we'd just simply use this to locate any sound. Doesn't have to be in Half-Life 2 if you have any other game sounds you're replacing. And this works on, I think, most of the source engine, except for Team Fortress 2, because replacing client-side sounds on TF2 is broken, and it only works on community servers, which sucks. Because, I'm not going to get into it. Anyways, so as you can see, we've located our sound folder, our NPC folder within sound, and we found sniper. And I already have the 4 sounds the sniper uses already replaced. So what I'm going to give you advice for is, for making sounds, you can either just record them. If you have your own sounds that you've made, you can record stuff off the internet. Now, I would use Streamlabs OBS because you can record your, a YouTube page or anything, and you can then capture the sound and either convert it into a sound file using the internet or any other thing you have. Now, I also have Audacity. Now, I don't really use this too much, but this can be good for if you want to make your custom replacement sound, if you want to add special effects to it, or anything like that. And I usually use Wondershare Filmora 12 to edit sound, such as adding, second stuff in. Now this, I just use it for replacing sounds. Anyway, something you're going to want to know is that when you export your sounds with whatever you have, doesn't really matter what software you're on, as long as you can export it, if you can, you want your bit rate of the audio to be 1411 kbps. This is kind of like the good zone for replacing Half-Life 2 and any other game sounds, because of how the source engine processes sound. And while it can play MP3 files, replacing the sound you cannot replace it. You have to replace it with the right type of file. We're going to be replacing something based on the .wav file type. Let's say you're replacing something else, though, that is like, .mp3. You would basically replace that sound with your replacement, but your replacement would have to be a .mp3. Now, here's my example for what you're going to do next. Locate your Gary's Mod main folder. You'll find your Gary's Mod folder within that. Now, if you don't have it, there should be a folder near the bottom named Sound. You're going to want to open it, and it'll probably be empty depending on if you already have done this before or you just created this folder for some weird reason. Now, I am going to drag and drop a collection of sounds I made for a while for the sniper. Now, as you can see, the sniper has sounds. which one of these sounds is a WAV file and is in the right format. So now, if you've done something similar where you have your sounds replaced and they are named correctly, it must be consistent. If it is misspelled by one word, it's not going to work. Whatever you're doing, just spell it correctly. Take the time to spell it. We're going to now open Gary's mod and go to a Half-Life 2 map to see if it worked.
Dr. Freeman! Barney said you were on the way. We got split up by snipers, and he's pinned down in a warehouse up ahead. Go ahead, he's relying on you.
Alright, so for this tutorial, or this part, you're going to need vtfedit. It's a great program. You can download it off the internet. So we're going to open our vtfedit, and what I'm going to be doing is creating a texture that can go into a map in Hammer. Now, we're going to do this by going to File, Import. Now we have a photo on our desktop, which should be around here somewhere. Max Res Default 2. Now yours will look different. I just broke mine entirely, so don't set it to what I have. But this is actually very good. You want to see 8-bit alpha, because that means the texture, I guess, is good. So this is our, you know how British Dental Care is, people. What do I have to say? Now we're going to go to our Half-Life 2. Now this is just where Hammer Editor, for me at least, goes out of Half-Life 2's folder, so I just put stuff there I want to put into a Hammer map. And you can just name this anything. I'm just going to name this Test Bert. I meant to spell Brit, but Bert works too. So that, we're going to now open Hammer. And as you can see, our texture is actually the first thing we selected. So if we go to this, you can now put this image at your choice of your image of choice anywhere. I need to find a place to put this. I'm sorry for going off topic. Now we're gonna advertise British Dental Care, people. It's gonna be so funny. No, why is it upside down? So, yeah, that's how, wait. Will this work? No, it won't fit. Dang it. But, you get the idea, people. Your texture is most likely now in the Half-Life 2 materials section. And if you want to get rid of it, you just delete it from the place you saved it in. Hope that was helpful. And yeah.